You guys ever wonder what the next Convergent Pokemon are gonna look like? Well, I have, and today we'll be looking at a bunch of amazing Convergent Pokemon designs thanks to the artist Artworks218. Their links will be in the pinned comments down below. Oh, and on top of that, we'll also look at how each of these Pokemon could stack up competitively, starting with a bit of lemonade. Introducing Lemlin, the electric dragon type Pokemon. This Pokemon is a convergent form of the Gen 9 Zaplin line. Get it? One is apples, and this one's all about lemons. Lemlin creatively combines the quirky charm of Zaplin with a bright, zestful appearance of a lemon. It's said that Lemlin shelters within its tough, citric shell of a lemon, using it as an armor against predators. This clever disguise allows it to sap nutrients from the fruit, staying hidden and nourished as it prepares for evolution. Which you're probably wondering, how the heck does it evolve in the first place? Well, with the help of the item Sour Lemon, it'll evolve into Zaplin, the electric dragon type Pokemon. Zaplin evolves into a more eccentric creature where the lemon not only serves as armor, but now also has wings. And it's said that Zaplin's evolution brings a sour twist to its disposition, with acidic saliva dripping continuously, giving it a permanent grimace. Its unpredictable and zippy movements coupled with the electric buzz from its tail make it very challenging for trainers to catch. But you know what they say. When life gives you lemons, make sure it's not a Zeppelin before making lemonade. Next up is another food-related convergent Pokemon that I, for one, would love on my team. Meet Tangasta, the fire ground type convergent Tangela. This Pokemon introduces a playful culinary twist to the Pokemon world, embodying a combination of spaghetti and meatballs with its tangled noodle-like body and meatball nodes. And as for its Pokedex entry, it says that Tangasta's noodle-like vines are topped with scorching hot meatballs, which it uses to deter predators. And this Pokemon thrives in warm environments where its pasta-like body can absorb more heat, preparing it for a more hardy evolution. Because once you level up your Tangasta, while it knows the move Ancient Power, it'll evolve into Tanghetti, the spicy fire ground type super spaghetti meatball Pokemon. Now, as Tangasta evolves into Tanghetti, it gains a more refined appearance, with a mustache and a bow tie made of pasta, emphasizing its maturity and inspiration with Italian cuisine. And upon evolving, Tanghetti's sauce simmers with geothermal energy, giving it a fiery disposition. It commands respect with its pasta mustache and bow tie, leading its kin with a flair that only the most seasoned of Pokemon trainers could muster. Man, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting hungry. Moving on to the next convergent line, and that's this little guy, Poiduck, the poison type convergent Psyduck. Now, Poiduck reimagines the classic Psyduck as a poisonous platypus using vibrant and hazardous colors to highlight its toxic nature. The sleek, derpy look and sharp features emphasize its adaptability to both water and land, while the purple accents suggest an element of danger. The Pokedex says that Poiduck waddles through toxic swamps, its body oozing a poisonous slime that deters predators, and this adaptation allows it to thrive in the most hostile of environments, steadily growing more potent as it approaches evolution, because at level 33, it evolves into Velduck, the poison type Pokemon. Velduck gains a more menacing appearance with a strong red hue and pronounced claws, suggesting its increased toxicity and aggression. The transition from purple to a brighter red marks its evolution from prey to predator. And it's also said that along with the bright red coloring, this Pokemon's venom has become even stronger and more compatible with its own body. Though it does closely resemble Golduck, Velduck is actually an entirely different species that have adapted to their own toxic environments. Next up is one of my favorites in today's video, and that's Sweepoke, the normal type slowpoke convergent Pokemon. Sweepoke captures the essence of lazy, honey-loving brown bears with a design centered around comfort and slowness. Its soft, plush appearance combined with that sleepy demeanor make it endearing yet deceptively normal. And Sweepokes spend their days foraging for none other than honey, its coat getting stickier by the hour. This slow-moving Pokemon prefers to avoid conflict, however, using its sweet scent to attract friends rather than enemies. But just like its counterpart, this Pokemon evolves once it gets something attached to its tail. At level 37, it becomes Sweebro, the normal bug-type Pokemon. Now, upon evolving, Sweebro takes the quirky bear concept a bit further by incorporating an entire beehive stuck on its tail, transforming it into a bug-type. The honey dripping from its limbs and the bees buzzing around it add dynamic interactive elements to its overall design, and I for one am a huge fan. It's so simple yet so good at the same time, bringing an unexpected twist as its tail becomes a live beehive. Say that 10 times fast. This symbiotic relationship enhances its defenses as the bees protect their home fiercely, while Sweebro reaps all the benefits of endless honey and enhanced bug abilities. Speaking of abilities, this Pokemon has its own signature ability, Honey Hurl, where the user hurls honey at the opponent at the end of every turn, lowering the opponent's speed by 1 stage. Definitely a competitively viable ability to put this Convergent Pokemon right at the top. Which brings us to these final Convergent Pokemon, starting with this little feller, Montlett, the Ice-type Diglett Convergent Pokemon. Montlett embodies the cold, isolated peaks of snowy mountains, with its design resembling a snow-capped peak. Its closed eyes and large, dripping nose suggests this Pokemon has adapted to harsh, cold environments, possibly indicating dormant powers. And this Pokemon has a clever strategy of blending into snowy terrains to shield itself from potential harm. And on top of that, it has its own unique ability called Stone Eater, which works like this. When this Pokemon is hit by a rock-type move, its HP is instead restored by 1/4 of its maximum HP, and that rock-type move will actually have no effect on this Pokemon. This effect is also triggered with Stealth Rocks. But if that's not enough for you, well then it gets even more backup at level 26 when it evolves into Montrio, the Ice-type Pokemon. Montrio evolves to represent a trio of icy peaks, each head having distinct features like pointed tips and a grand mustache, suggesting age, wisdom, and a hardened life. Emerging from its iceberg-like design, this Pokemon is known as the Harbinger of Winter, bringing icy winds and cold fronts all with a flick of its nose. Now, the cool thing about this Pokemon is it actually has another evolution. However, this evolution is accessed with a unique battle gimmick that the artist created for their own region. Again, you guys should 100% check them out. But to briefly explain this battle gimmick, it's called Apex Mode, and it's kind of similar to something like Dynamax Pokemon. But anyway, in order to evolve your Montrio, you need to use a flying type move while in Apex Mode 10 times. Then it'll evolve into Montatro, the ice flying type Pokemon. Montatro takes the majestic icy theme to new heights, literally floating above the ground with a crown and a beard made of snow. This evolution symbolizes its ascension. To power, combining royalty with the untamed force of winter. And its Pokédex entry says that, with a body resembling a billowing cloud, Montatrio ascends the skies and offers sanctuary to a congregation of Montlett on its airy surface, establishing a harmonious coexistence high above the ground.